My problem is I don't think I have a power. I don't have enough power to push your card, so I'm gonna do something else. Something a little bit better. Don't get jealous. I know you're jealous of this 1030. If I told you that both of these things accomplish the same thing, you would not believe me. This is what video cards used to look like. This is what they look like now. It's all cooling.
Oh, I'm gonna see what all the fans are.
It's all cooling. Just wild. Hope this turns on with these, with just the two. Can't remember if it actually required both of them. All right, let's get these standoffs in there. Hey, thanks for checking out this video. If you like these videos, make sure you hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button. It really, really helps the channel. They sent you back a remand board. Which I mean, it's to be expected, seeing as they're not really producing anything anymore. But they're pretty good about it. I'd say we are good to go, sir. This thing doesn't need to memory learn. I'm doing this without a CPU fan, so pretty sure that temperature on that thing is just shooting up exponentially. Yep, there we go. Perfect. All right. And the next big hurdle that we're going to have with this is going to be determining whether or not we have enough thermal paste. Which, I mean, here's hoping, right? Accessory kit, we'll put that over there. There. Start getting stuff spread out here. All right. Ooh, we got new thermal strips. How nice. We remove the night like that. I love this board, but at the same time, I dislike some of the choices that they made with this board. Like, I'm curious, what is this? Like, what are these divots? What happened here? Yeah, you got a refurbished board, 100%. There's no peels on this thing whatsoever. I think we have everything on here that we need. The rest of this are going to be standoffs for inside the case. Alrighty. Stay. In we go, gotta be gentle. This board, thankfully, has a plate on the bottom of it, so it makes, like, scratching things very difficult, knocking off parts very difficult. But still gotta be careful. Make sure everything is pulled through over here. That's gonna be a pain. All of this is gonna be a pain in my butt. Alright, almost close. Oh my God. So one of the things you got to worry about with these dark kingpin cases is that they sit a little bit proud, meaning they sit a little bit vertical from where you would normally like have a board, just because of all the extra padding and stuff they have on them. And weird things can happen. Like a little metal clip getting someplace where it shouldn't be, which is what's happening right now. I've never in my life had something like this happen. Shocking, shocking. Or like that, it just literally is not attached. It's not the case.
Not a game.
Yeah. Look, like this screw, like, not even threaded in all the way. Fun frickin' times, man. Now, we have to take that off. No, you don't email EVGA. They're just going to say that it's user error. Even though this wasn't something that you would have... Like, if you tried to put this in yourself, you would have been in the same situation that I just was in. So what part is not straight? One of these two things is not straight. I can't tell what it is. That's in there. This is how this should sit. Alright, let me zoom in so you guys can see this. So it should sit like this, where it's all the way back in there as far as it can go. When this side over here, like that's as far back as I can go with this. Like, I don't know what that is about. Well, that's closer to what it should be, but now, yeah, I'm wondering, like, the problem is taking the VRM shielding off requires taking off this whole back plate. And I just put my finger in pink. I'm trying to put gloves on. Yeah, more than likely the VRM backplate is not sitting correctly. Or the VRM, like, heat shield is not square. So more than likely, this whole assembly, instead of sitting like square at a 90 degrees, is sitting like this slightly. Again, we have one side that's fine, and then the other side isn't. I don't know if you guys can see that. Like, that's where it wants to sit. That's where it needs to sit. Otherwise, we're gonna just keep having this problem. The problem is I can't see what it's actually hitting. Like, why wouldn't this line up? That's the other thing that I'm super confused about. Why would this side not line up at all? Because if you look, when this goes down, these aren't going to line up. And yeah, as soon as we put that down, this side pops up. I don't think there's anything I can do about it. This is probably why they didn't screw this down in the first place. They couldn't get it square. Yeah, I mean, you can see how much... That's how much flex I have. I mean, you can clearly see this goes from thin to thick. What is up with that? Be real special gentle when I do this now. It's not going to affect anything. It's just aggravating for me right now. So I have to make sure that that does not go underneath there. I just have to make sure that none of these little clips actually stick out the side, because it wants to slide instead of like drop into place too. The back plate in this thing is causing issues. Having a moment. Let's see if I have longer screws for this, because I know what I used last time, which is these right here. I think EVGA, if they're going to continue to use like these back plates, I think this back plate is on here wrong. I think that's what's causing me issues, because I can't even screw in some of these guys. What is going on here? Let's get this out of here. There's nothing lifting this up. Yeah, this whole back plate has a curve, which is why I'm having so much trouble. Like, right in the center, underneath between the 5 and the 6, you can see there's a gap. I can actually fit like a full sheet of paper between there. Let me see if I can relieve some of the stress on this, because I'm wondering if it's just like flexing because of stress from it just being tightened improperly. Ooh, they rounded out some screws on this. I think I got a good screwdriver. Let me see if I want to get this up and running for you, man. This is like my main concern. I just want to, we're going to see here if loosening all of this up will relieve the tension on this plate. So now the plate has a little bit of give. Didn't before. So let me start from the center and work my way out and tighten them back up and see if that, which is the way you should do it when you have something like this. Start in the center of the board and then tighten your way out in kind of a clockwise motion. Yeah, that screw is completely stripped. Go back in, lining things up. Yeah, this is kind of worst case scenario here for this. Kinda, sorta. Let's see another. Let's see if this will thread in here. Yeah, look at that. The longer threads on these will work out quite nicely without over cranking the board. See if I got two more. One more. That's nice. I'm using all-in-one screws. All-in-one cooler screws. And they seem to be exactly the size that I need. Which is good. There we go. Alright. I need one more. Just one more, because I'm not going to put one there. Because this is going to have the GPU holding it in place. Alright. We got screws in. Let's go ahead and start getting some of these cables reattached. At the bottom, we get these USBs on here. Thermal paste. Let's see what we got in here. If we got any left. We have a little bit left. Not much. What about this one? This one still got a little bit in it? Yeah, we got plenty, man. We got plenty. This one was basically brand new. Alright, that should be good. The contact plate will do the rest. Gotta make sure it was nice and spread out. This one is completely empty now. This one's just got a tiny little bit left in it. Speaking of the contact plate, let's go ahead and get this thing on here. Alright, as always with the contact plates, screw them down hand tight, and then we'll go tighter with the screwdriver after that. Here, I'm going to go to this header right here. Nothing weird happened with us. Alright. Next, we install our tiny CPU, or GPU, excuse me. And then go down and in. It's too high. That should be good. As far as this goes, we're talking about, you can't see what I'm adjusting down here, but there's the GPU support. All right, that's in place. And finally, there is that. Okay. Everything looks like it's plugged in. Let's give this thing a second first post. That's right. We must use the chunky power cord. Gotta use this guy. 1, 2, 3. We got one fan. It's not spinning for some reason. No, we have 2 fans that are not spinning. Figure that out. We gotta check some error. Right, so let's go ahead and load optimize defaults. Here we go. Booty boop boop. Just need to figure out why some of these fans aren't working. So why are we... Oh, fans. There's that one. There we go. It's not a Mobo thing. It's literally... These Noctua connectors don't want to... I remember this now. These Noctua connectors don't want to stay... These guys... These don't want to stay in the Corsair Commander. Just because they're not designed for it. And just moving this around... Yeah, they're all spinning again. Alright. Well, when you get this home, after you, like, just plug all those cables back in the back, because every time I touch this, there's one of them that wants to come loose. Alright. I just need to shut this off. Do the BIOS update here. Reactivate Windows. Yeah, you'll need to redo that. Because this is a different motherboard. It's not your motherboard. Oh, it's already activated. Yeah, so you're good. We're on BIOS 1.13. So I just want to see here if that matches up. No, that should be fine. 1.13, bottom right corner. Hey, thanks for watching that video. If you liked that video, make sure you hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And I stream daily on Twitch at twitch.tv/SpecVengeance. And yeah, if you want to learn more about my services, check out Bradenton PC Repair.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.